What's up, everybody?
I'm May.
I'm Day, and this is Mayday.
Mayday training, to be exact.
Today we have a question or a topic that I've gotten from a couple of my clients. And this may be a question of yours. Are carbs the enemy? And is keto a more effective route for weight loss? There's a lot to unpack here. So let's just get started and let's dive in deep. Carbs. What are carbs and what do they do in the body? Carbs or carbohydrates are specifically defined as any of a large group of organic compounds occurring in foods and living tissues and included in sugars, starch, and cellulose. They contain hydrogen and oxygen in the same ratio as water, 2-to-1, and typically can be broken down to release energy in the animal body. So that's what a carb is, or that's what carbohydrates are.
What does that even mean?
Right. What does that even mean? What does that do for you? But long story short, they're the body's first and primary source of energy. They power a couple important organs, your brain, your heart, nervous system, and for this video specifically, being the most important, your muscles. And I'll get to why in a little bit. But carbs are not just your immediate source of energy. They can be a secondary source stored in the form of glycogen in the muscles as fuel, energy, sugar, and in the body as body fat after being broken down by insulin.
What are you actually saying?
Word. So when pursuing any type of weight loss goal or body fat loss goal or whatever, you're more often than not going to be doing some type of physical activity. Whether you're swimming, you're running, lifting weights, jogging, playing ping pong, air hockey, whatever. You're doing something physical, like something. And to do that, you need energy. Like it's a necessity. We just went over how the body's main source of energy is carbohydrates. That in and of itself should be enough information to be like, oh, I need energy, let's eat carbs.
Some of us are not as smart as you. So, basically, I know on the back of packages, it's like calorie. Calorie is like fancy term for energy.
Yeah.
So even if you would look at the back of those packages in Europe or any other country, it'll say calorie/energy. So it's a calorie, it's energy. Your body needs it to move.
But there are a few skeptics out in the world who have brought this to the table, right? Like, so what about keto? There are absolutely no carbs in this diet. Or very, very little, like 20 grams worth, and primarily that's coming from fiber because your body needs it. We have that camp of people who are like, no, this is the best way to lose weight. You gotta do it like this. If you don't do it like this, I don't know what you're doing. Like, you're missing out. It works best. And before we can even unpack that, let me explain to you guys what keto even is. So keto, or specifically ketosis, is the act of depleting your body of glycogen, carbs, sugar from your muscles and your liver, your bloodstream. Doing that for about 3 days. It takes about 3 days of consistently cutting out the carbs to get into ketosis. And once you're there, your body then switches its source of fuel. You're no longer primarily burning carbs, you are now burning fat for your energy. By breaking down fat and turning it into ketone bodies, which releases sugars and stuff like that, it helps the brain. Pretty much, it turns into sugar for the brain. All that said and done, I've never done keto. I've never actually done it for myself. And I don't think I will be unless I compete in a bodybuilding show or something like that. But we have someone who has.
So just let me piggyback on what he said, because I know that most people who are watching this want to burn fat. So what the key word that you hear when you hear ketosis is it burns fat. But you need context. You need to actually know how your body is working, how it functions, what carbs, fats, and proteins do in your body to understand what that means. What he's saying is, normally the main source of fuel for your body is carbohydrates. It'll pull from carbohydrates, fats, lipids. Those are for your cells and your brain, which carbs you need for your brain so much. Like, your brain needs carbs. Ladies, your brain needs carbs. It's okay. Point being, when you hear that, a lot of people, and it's still another part of diet culture. It works, like a lot of other diets work. It's not sustainable. You're gonna get tired of it. It's not healthy long term because you're eliminating an entire
food group,
a whole thing, and that's not healthy in any way. So I don't recommend one or the other. It can work for some people. Again, it's just not sustainable. So if your goal is to do something lifelong, something that you can keep up with, something that you won't get tired of, something that's not gonna like drive you crazy for a little while, I would stay away from keto. Some people can do it, but again, you're eliminating carbs, which you need, like your brain, and your brain is connected to everything.
Your brain ain't working nothing else.
So, like, you need it. Like, your brain needs carbs. I did it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. It was fun to eat the bacon and the cheese melted all over everything, and like the barbecue and the sausages without any bread. Like, it was cool for a little bit. I could not see myself doing that beyond like 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2.5 weeks.
So, yeah, like that's basically that's what you hear. It burns fat. Like, oh God, I gotta do this. I want to burn fat. Like, you gotta understand the context.
Let's flip like the understanding of it just a little bit to unpack it a little bit deeper. Of course, your body would be burning fat for energy. You've given it nothing else but to burn. Your body's not going to be like, oh, well, we just have to die now. No, your body's going to do what it needs to do to make sure that you are alive and breathing. So with your only viable source of energy being fat, it has no choice but to burn that fat. But like we said earlier, it's not sustainable. It puts your body in a very compromised and stressed position to do so, and it depletes you of water, which is not fun for anything in your body. You are primarily made of water if you didn't know.
This video, it's a lot of information.
Just got hungry. Your brain it needed some sugar to like just like keep it.
Students, people who listen to other people talk, who study, you might not realize it, but you're using energy to listen, to digest, to process, to speak, to study, to learn.
So like back to the carbs, or more so why you should be eating the carbs. If you haven't gotten it at this point, you need to be eating carbs. You should be. I implore you eat them. But back to them. Alongside of them being dope and tasting awesome, they have a protein sparing effect. Now, what does that mean? Well, it's awesome. It's like the holy grail for like any type of body composition, and I'll tell you why. So when I say protein sparing, what I mean is when you eat protein, your body breaks it down, puts it into your cells, into your muscles. So if you're trying to grow, get big, or build like a physique or a figure, mind you, it's going to be important for you, and you should be eating an adequate amount of protein. So if you're consuming carbs with your protein, you are now in a position where your body has to work less hard to get the same gains. Wow, magic, right? Carbs being energy supply your body with all the necessary tools it needs to use that as its primary source, opposed to burning and breaking down protein, putting you in a catabolic state, which is just a fancy word for saying you're burning muscle, which would lead to you losing gains. And instead of that, you're now using carbohydrates to keep you fueled, and it keeps your muscles safe.
Yeah, you need. The reason why you lose gains is because the more muscle you have, the more
you gotta eat.
Yeah, it helps with your metabolism. The more fat you'll burn. There's a lot more to muscle than just like being strong, looking good. Like, muscle has a purpose in the body, and it keeps you well, keeps you moving. And so, I mean, it's like, oh, I don't want to be looking like, ladies, we need muscle.
Y'all need it.
Yeah.
If you're trying to build some glutes, the glutes are one of the largest muscles in the body. That should also give you faith you can grow them. If no one told you you can, you can.
I have good faith in God that a lot of the ladies that are watching us actually want to grow their arms.
Really? Biceps, triceps,
upper body,
shoulders,
back, core.
core.
Yeah. Calves.
Calves?
Yeah, maybe a little bit of calves. But yeah, shoulder gains.
Shoulders.
It's no point, especially if you're doing body composition and you want a butt and you have no shoulders. It's kind of pointless. Yeah, I bet you never heard that, right? Yeah, because y'all be listening to Lil Wayne. I used to love Lil Wayne.
Actually, no, I was just saying, your metabolism is directly correlated and connected to your muscle, more so your lean mass, which is another fancy word for saying everything that is not body fat. So the more lean mass or muscle you have, the faster your metabolism burns through energy, carbohydrates. Still with me? So, because of that, the name of the game when it comes to weight loss, let me shift your perspective. It's not actually the types of foods you put into your body. I know, crazy, right? When you hear like diet culture, for the most part, it's like, no, you gotta eat like this, and this if you want to lose weight. Nah, it's complete BS. There was a study like a couple years ago. It was called a Twinkie. He did a Twinkie study. He ate nothing but Twinkies. I think it was like the span of like 4 or 6 months. In that span, this man was able to drop a considerable amount of body fat and weight, consuming for the most part only Twinkies. Why? I'll give you the magic undertone when it comes to weight loss. He was in a calorie deficit. He was in a deficit. He was burning more calories than he ate. And he was doing that for a consistent and long period enough time to where his body composition started to change. Now, he didn't gain like any muscle, but his health markers went up. His cholesterol balanced out. His heart health was a little bit better off of eating Twinkies. Yeah, he lost the weight. The body fat in and of itself was inhibiting his like organ function. If you didn't know, losing weight can help improve your biomarkers like blood, cholesterol, all that good stuff. So if you need to drop a couple pounds, like take this in, it will help you. That being the case, you can eat literally ad lib here, but like anything that you want, as long as you're in a deficit if you want to lose weight or body fat. Though you may not get the body composition that you're looking for. So
hear us, because some people just got excited.
Right.
No, you cannot eat just like, oh, I can eat whatever I want. Name your goal, okay? Because like he said, your body composition, and you might not get the body composition you want. You could just lose a bunch of weight.
And look like a smaller version of yourself.
But you won't have the muscle, you won't have the physique you're looking for, your body functions you might not be able to do the things that you're wanting to do. Some people's goals are to like lift more, run faster, or, whatever.
Feel better or
look better, everybody has different goals, but you don't want to get excited like, oh, I'm just gonna eat whatever's like, because if you can go every day and eat your burger every single day, but if your goal is to like run like a marathon long term, it's not gonna fuel you the way you want it to and the way you need it to. So you do need to name your goal. Right. Find out what he's saying is you don't have to be deprived. Like he said, yeah, you can eat what you want. Like, hear that correctly. Right. Before y'all just go out and like, eat literally whatever you want. You gotta get your numbers. For those of y'all who want to know what that means, hit us up.
We got you.
You gotta know where your goal is at, and then like what's actually gonna be most functional for you. What's your favorite foods? Like, you don't have to eliminate stuff. Like, you don't have to give up
certain things you like.
Yeah, that is a myth that like we get where people are coming from. Again, it's diet culture. It works.
You see a lot of bodybuilders. That's where it comes from. Like bodybuilders with their Tupperware of like chicken, broccoli, and rice, and like, oh man, this is the only way to get to where you want to be. You have to eat these things. So it's a lie. I'm sorry, it's a lie. It's not true. For them, it may be more functional for their goals or what they're trying to do, and it may be faster on time. They may not have the time to like make really good like dope food that has a bunch of flavor, or that maybe they're doing something for a competition. But if you just have general health or weight loss goals, it's a lot more simple than that, and you don't have to deprive yourself.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Don't deprive yourself, and there's a way, and we help you guys with that. So.
Exactly. But yeah, that's pretty much the video, guys. The goal, the topic here: enjoy your carbs, enjoy the food that you like to eat. Just learn where your numbers sit when it comes to how much of it you can enjoy. That's the name of the game. And if you get that down, it'll make your weight loss or health or physical training, whatever you're trying or setting out to do, so much more easy, so much more simple, and so much more sustainable. And it's really the game.
sustain. We want to be able to like live this thing out for life. You don't want to hit like, I can do this and I did this for a year and I'm rocking and I'm banging, and then like you go to party and there's your favorite cheesecake on the corner and then you just hit this spiral and then all of your gains went down the hill. Like,
exactly.
You need to know how to do this. So there's a lot of habit changes. So anyways,
that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for making it to the very end.
Enjoy your carbs.
Like, enjoy these. Like,
yeah.
they're dope.
Thanks for making it to the end of the video. For real. Like, those of y'all watching, like,
those of you made it, like, for real. Like, type in the comments, we made it. Let us know.
Let us know who
dope.
actually watches, like, through the end of the video, because y'all are, like, y'all are dope. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Visit us on our website, www.maydaytraining.com. Instagram, all of that's going to be on here. If you need us, you can find us, you can reach us, call us, beep us. I have to plug Kim Possible. I hope we don't hold him. Anyways, while he eats his carbs, just want to say this is Mayday signing off.
Peace.